time for a giveaway. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joy, and on this channel we talk about beauty, fragrance, and everything that makes us glow. This is the part 2 of the newest, hottest, most anticipated fragrance releases of the last couple of months, and we are going to be playing Judge Judy and deciding whether these new fragrances deserve a piece of real estate in our collection, because let's be real, rent is expensive. I'm also so excited to announce my first ever giveaway on this channel. And because I want to treat you guys a little extra today, I will be giving away a full bottle of Kilian Paris's newest release, Can't Stop Loving You. Of course, I will be giving you guys an inside scoop on this fragrance first, and the giveaway rules will be at the end of this video. Can't Stop Loving You. This to me is as if Love Don't Be Shy, Cintra by Mimo Paris, and Scandale by Gaultier had a baby. It has this really herbaceous opening, quite a lot of green. You definitely do get that oak moss that gives it a little bit of an earthy vibe, a slight resinous note. As the fragrance starts to dry down, you get this beautiful vanilla, orange blossom, and a little bit of honey. I would definitely say that this is reminiscent to Love Don't Be Shy and Good Girl Gone Bad. Like, somehow it is in the middle of the two. It has elements of both and combines them so nicely with a little bit of an added honey note. This will be especially for those who technically like the Love Don't Be Shy DNA, but aren't into that like very heavily sweet type of scent. This smells a lot more grown up, more sophisticated, less girly, a little more, you know, pulled together. The typical Kilian orange blossom just gives it that beautiful touch. Like, I just want to douse myself in it. This to me is a lot more of an all-rounder than some of the other Kilian fragrances. It's both daytime and nighttime appropriate. It's sophisticated. You can smell the quality. It's a bit more unisex, but it definitely has a feminine touch to it. I feel like it is such a wonderful addition to any fragrance collection, which is why I'm so happy that this baby is going to get a new and hopefully very loving home. While we're on the topic of Kilian fragrances, there is a second new release, a part of the Liquor collection, and that is Blue Ginger Moon. Blue Moon Ginger. Blue Moon Ginger Dash. Blue Moon Ginger Dash? I'm gonna put it down here. I'm not sure how to feel about this fragrance because what I get in the initial waft is straight up vodka. If you're underage, you're gonna have to fast forward here a little bit, but I kid you not, this to me smells like when you have a shot of vodka that you're about to take like straight under your nose. It is a ginger infused vodka. It's not like a pure vodka. Definitely similar to that feeling when you're kind of already out of that age where you drink straight up liquor, but it's your best friend's birthday or bachelorette or something of that sort. So you kind of want to take one for the team. You have that vodka shot like straight under your nose, and that slightly sharp yet clear alcoholic smell goes up your nose and causes you to make like all sorts of facial expressions because you know how bad the hangover is going to be tomorrow. Not sure, maybe that's just a unique experience to myself, but yeah, comment below if you can relate. This doesn't smell like a cheap vodka. It smells like a really high-end Belvedere Grey Goose kind of vodka. And while it's quite intrusive in the initial spray, as it dries down, it almost gives the fragrance a really cooling effect, which I find really nice. And it starts to dry down a little bit more and blend really well with the other notes. The ginger here is definitely the star of the show. I love ginger. If you don't like ginger, you probably will not enjoy this fragrance, but it almost gives me the vibe of like a summer cocktail, slightly aquatic, fresh, zesty. There's definitely some citrus in here, some musk. It smells very clean, very fresh, straight out of the shower in Eden Rock, having a cocktail in the sun, a beautiful summer zesty day. I do actually enjoy this fragrance in the dry down. It does lean a little bit too masculine for my personal liking, so I have no plans of adding this to my collection anytime soon, but smelling this on a man, I think would be absolutely divine, and this is going to be such an easy summertime reach. Moving on to a very nostalgic fragrance for me, and that is Opium Le Parfum by YSL. This one really shocked me. I have the OG Black Opium, and while I adored this when I was 15, 16, 17, I really kind of can't deal with this anymore. in part just because it brings back memories of like being a reasonably sad teenager, but also in terms of blend, it's too sweet. There's too much patchouli. It's a bit cloying. It's slightly screechy. It just doesn't smell elegant or refined or put together to me. Black Opium Le Parfum, on the other hand, is everything I could ever want out of a black opium flanker. It is a very gourmand, creamy, soft, spicy interpretation of the original DNA. It almost gives me coffee shop vibes when it gets darker outside with all the sweets out, and you just kind of take in all the smells from that coffee shop. Super cozy and comfy. It's definitely on the more sweet and heavy side, but it's not cloying. And while I do feel like you get that original DNA with some coffee and some patchouli, I feel like this is definitely the more elevated gourmand version of that. It has this beautiful cinnamon note that just gives it a little bit more of a kick in the opening and just blends so nicely in the dry down. It gets so smooth, so velvety, so soft, so cozy. Beautiful vanilla coming through. The lasting power is amazing. This projects. Most black opiums do. If I had to pick any opium out of the whole lineup, this would definitely be the one that I would choose. And I'm not sure if I'm ready to add another opium to my collection yet, just due to the trauma, but I feel like there's a lot of you guys, especially the gourmand lovers, that will absolutely love this. Shifting from gourmand lovers to sandalwood lovers, you guys are going to have a field day because Armani has come out with a beautiful new sandalwood fragrance, Santal Dan Shah. I sampled this the first time ever at Heathrow Airport, and I immediately thought to myself, this smells oddly familiar. While I was obviously super late to my flight and like literally running to my gate in order to catch my flight, it eventually came to me what it reminded me of, and it is Santal 33 by Le Labo. Now, I'm still very much in the process of warming up to Le Labo fragrances, and while I didn't think Santal 33 was inherently bad, I also wasn't wowed by it. Woody, aromatic, fresh, and to me, unfortunately, slightly screechy, which is why I honestly don't really have a reason to be adding this to my collection as of currently. Santal Dan Shah, on the other hand, to me is a much more likable, wearable, softer version of it, while still smelling very sophisticated and refined. In a similar fashion, we have some woods in the base, we have some musks and some beautiful resinous notes in the middle, and then some cardamom, citrus notes, and some beautiful violet leaf on top. The violet leaf really gives it a kind of powdery note that makes it smell super expensive, and you know we love to smell expensive on this channel. Timeless yet modern at the same time. It's complex, but it's still digestible. For a woody fresh scent, this lasts a surprisingly long time. I sprayed it at the airport and it lasted me my entire journey home and then some. I would say it's a fragrance that sits a little more closer to the skin. It's not a massive projector. It's not beast mode, but in terms of sandalwood fragrances, this is sandalwood done right. Delicate, elegant, classy. La Vie est Belle, Iris Absolu. Let's talk about it. I don't want to spend too much time on this fragrance, mostly because I feel like this fragrance delivers exactly what it promises. It is essentially the normal La Vie est Belle DNA with iris. Iris to me is the strongest in the beginning. It is definitely that kind of powdery, lipsticky, very dense type of iris, so it's very much going to personally depend on whether you like iris or not. And as it dries down, it kind of almost just gets the very typical La Vie est Belle DNA. The iris note gets a lot softer and much less noticeable as well. If you love La Vie est Belle and iris as a note, then this is going to be your girl. Now, I want to give Diptyque a huge round of applause for hitting the nail on the head with the name of their newest release. I feel like sometimes when I hear the names of new fragrance releases, I genuinely have no clue what I'm in for. Alien, for example. Alien Goddess. Intense. Okay, wonderful perfumes, by the way. Diptyque, on the other hand, has taken the entirely opposite route because their newest release, Le Papier, delivers exactly what it promises. Now, unless my 3 years of French were entirely wasted, I'm quite sure that Le Papier or Le Papier is paper water in French. I don't know what kind of technology they are using, but this straight up smells like paper, specifically book paper. You know, the kind of a little bit thicker type of paper that you usually have in a hardcover book. In terms of notes, we have some rice steam notes, some mimosa, we have some sesame, we have some musks, some woods in the base. The rice note in here is very innovative and so nice. It's very calming and relaxing, almost as if you had like a rice milk face mask on, like a facial. Really expensive one from Tatcha or something, La Mer. Those are two very different price points, but you get the gist. It just makes you feel so calm, relaxed, and zen. And for just one brief moment in time, you don't have 10 million different things going on in your head at lightning speed. It could also just be my ADD. This genuinely gives you the feeling of reading a hardcover book. And it's funny because I used to read a lot of books, and then the internet happened, and so did smartphones. I think I got my first phone at 13, and that essentially was the end of my book girl era. Le Papier has brought me straight back to the time where my personality wasn't just drinking iced coffee all day and watching TikTok. Somehow this fragrance has really encapsulated the feeling of getting a really, really good book and cozying up and just turning the pages, smelling like the book smell, if that makes sense, and just being entirely engrossed in this new book. I honestly don't know how, but they did that. It is a fresh scent, but it also has this kind of soft, very relaxing, comforting, almost familiar feeling to it. If this fragrance was a person, they would instantly understand who I am, like to my core. They would be able to look into my head and see what I'm thinking and just be able to like see inside of my soul. Don't be looking into my soul, okay? That's private. The longevity, on the other hand, could be better. It's about 3 hours for me, and then it just really turns into a complete skin scent. It wasn't a huge projector to begin with, but this pretty much disappeared on you, I want to say 3 to 5 hours later. I know Diptyque isn't a beast mode fragrance company anyways, which is absolutely fine. Not everyone prefers that, but it is kind of the curse of this world that a lot of the fresher scents do tend to not last as long. Now, while this isn't necessarily the type of scent profile that I would wear personally, I think they've been super innovative with this, and I know that there is a market for this. It's fresh, it's woody, it's calming, it's relaxing. If you are a book lover, you are going to love playing with this fragrance. Now we come to the most exciting part, of course, of this video, and that is the giveaway. Once again, I will be giving away Can't Stop Loving You by Kilian. This is a 50 ml bottle. Now there's a couple of things that I would love for you to do in order to enter this giveaway. First things first, of course, please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, as well as go and give me a follow on Instagram. I will be linking my Instagram handle in the description below. After that, all you have to do is give this video a like, I will check, and leave a comment with your current signature scent in the comments down below. I'm going to be choosing the winner randomly because I want to be fair and give everyone the same chance to win. And once I've chosen the winner, I will be putting it in the description as well as be pinning the winning comment. Please only respond with your details if I pin your comment in the comment section down below. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate every single one of you. I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I'm so excited to be seeing you guys in the next video.